Greetings and welcome to Pinball Help. Mike here. Work continues on this Bally Paragon that I picked up, and this is a game that I actually picked up and immediately started working on because I've been really excited to get this game. I just love these early solid state Bally's, and so this one I'm really doing all kinds of really neat stuff too. So I've managed to get it working, and if you've been following this series of videos, I've been doing all kinds of board work and fiddling with stuff, and I just did a series where I talked about the difference between LEDs and incandescents and cool and warm white, and I did a whole series. So now, after I've settled on LEDs for the back box, I have done the whole play field now, and I have also replaced the original light board. This is the original one, and this actually is perfectly good. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this lamp driver board. You can see, look how nice and clean it is. I will use it in another game that doesn't have as nice a board as this because I wanted to try to see if to use one of the more modern light boards that's supposedly designed just for LEDs. So let's check it out. Let's see, is it worth replacing this with a replacement board? So let's talk about it. Let me show you what we've got here, and I'll let y'all decide. So let's turn this game on. But I'll tell you, before we turn the game on, let me show you what's happened in the back box here, what I did. So I installed one of the All-Tech Ultimate Lamp Driver board. Let me move the light over here. I don't have the game powered on just yet because I want to show this off first. So let me pan the camera up, and this is the new board that I've put in. It's supposedly, you'll see it uses surface mount components, but it has through holes, so if any of these components get burned out, you can put traditional through hole transistors and stuff on it. So it's nice that it is a new modern technology board, but you can still use all your old parts, and if you need to repair stuff and you're not really good at surface mount stuff, you don't have to. That's very clever. I like that. I think that's really, really cool. So basically it's a drop-in replacement for the board, and you don't have to do anything if you're just using regular incandescents. But it also supports LEDs, and so to use LEDs, there's a little test point here in the corner you plug a jumper into, and you run that jumper to one of the controlled lamps in the back box head, in the GI here. And it's very, very simple to do. Basically, let me just pan out, you can see. So you'll see this jumper right there. You turn the game on, put it in switch test mode with the board in, and you watch which lamps are controlled versus GI. A GI lamp is always going to stay on no matter what. A controlled lamp will be one that's controlled by the MPU. So when you put it in switch test mode, that first button, it makes every controlled lamp flash on the machine. So you look and find a flash one. And so I'm looking down here. These lamps is like the game over or high score or tilt lights. So those are controlled. So I connected this jumper down here into the controlled lamp thing. So that's the only mod that you need to do, extra step, when you install this board and you're using LEDs. So what exactly does that do? I'm not 100% sure. Doesn't really say in the instructions what it does, but I assume that it monitors the control lamp thing and compensates something for LEDs. But let's just hook it up and let's see how it looks, shall we? So I might as well put the back glass in. Man, I've been putting this back glass in and out a lot, which really worries me. I don't like moving these big glasses, but for science, let's do it. All right. Okay. It's in. Let's power it up. Now, I have replaced almost all of the lights under the playfield with LEDs. Some of the GI around the perimeter of the playfield is still incandescents, so you wouldn't necessarily be able to tell because there's no real visible LEDs on the game. So let's take a look and see how it looks. I'm going to cut my little overhead lamp off, and now we're just using the light of the LEDs. And take a look at that back glass. This is my combination partial cool and partial warm white. I really like the way it looks. It's mostly warm white in the middle. There's some cools down at the bottom and up at the top, and I think that came out good. So it's, you know, I'm not sure. I don't notice any major difference in the way the LEDs in the back box look between the original lamp board and this new one. But let's start a game and see what happens, because I didn't see any real flicker, or like the 60 hertz flicker anyway. I didn't see it before. So I think if you have LEDs that flicker, it could also be just there's newer, more modern LEDs that don't flicker as much. So let's take a look down here at the play field, and let me add a little bit more light. But boy, you can see these LED inserts are really just popping. Doesn't that look good? What I basically, my formula for putting LEDs on the inserts in the playfield is, if it's white, I use a cool. If it's white, green, blue, purple, I'll use a cool. If it's yellow, amber, or red, I'll use a warm. I've made a few changes here, and I don't know if you can see them. Up at the top, I ran out of warm LEDs, so I used cool ones up here under these yellow inserts. And it makes the yellow look even more yellow. It pops pretty nicely, I think. And the star rollovers, I've got warm. Well, you can see the difference. See these two star rollovers? The one on the left is cool, and the one on the right is warm. It's just a minor slight difference, and also one of the sockets lights up the star rollover better than the other. So there is the look of it. I think it's really spectacular. You will see some incandescents that are visible in the GI. See, like I've left those because you can see them in the line of sight. So there's a few incandescents that remain, but I think I could drop this into an arcade and people would have a hard time telling it was LEDs, because it looks really good and it doesn't blatantly look like there's LEDs. Because where you can see the lights, like here, that's an incandescent. Where you can't, underneath the playfield, I mean, you can see right here into the chute again, because it's one of the few inserts that is semi-opaque. See, where is that? Right there. I don't know if I can zoom. I don't know if I can zoom in on it, but you can see that there's a little LED there. But I think it's really hard for the most part. So let's put a little bit more light on the playfield, just so to make it more playability, like that. And shall I play a game? Let's see. Now, what we want to see is there any flicker? What's going on with this new board? Does this new board make it look dramatically better? Let's try it. Okay. So right off the bat, I notice one thing. When I hit the flippers, I get a little bit of a flicker. I don't know if you can see that on the video. But if I hit pop bumpers, I don't get the flicker. So I think that has more to do with the fact that this game uses 4 flippers, and when you press either flipper button, it's pulling a lot of power through the system, enough to almost make the GI kind of burp a little bit. So I'm going to do a little bit of research. I was hoping maybe the light driver board might have helped that, but this is a GI issue. So the GI, I don't believe, is going through that driver board, so that's not the problem. The problem may be that that capacitor on the power driver board that smooths out power might need to be beefed up a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of research into that, but that's something to investigate. So let's just start playing and see what we got. The game is a little bit floaty, but it's a little more level than it was. You'll notice I put some blue LEDs over there by the top targets. That's the only kind of weird mod I did. It's a bit loud with the glass off. But, gotta love that. Those minimalist 80s sounds. Huh? Oh, Drainorama. The game's a little floaty, but it's still brutal, even floaty. Let's see if we can hit the multipliers. There's one. It's really neat playfield layout. I like it. Oh, there's my double bonus. That's what we're talking about. Oh, look at that, 31,000 points. That was nothing. So, what do you think? What do you think? Does it look good? I can't really tell what that light driver board does better than the other one. Maybe on certain model Bally's it's more of an issue than others. I don't know. I have to do a little bit of research. But I switched it out, and I don't know if I notice any significant difference in the quality of how the LEDs look, because I don't know though. But let me know. Leave some comments. Let me know what your experience is if you have taken some of these games and you swapped out that display board for a more modern one that claims it's more LED friendly. I still think it looks great. This could be just because I'm using good quality LEDs. I'm using the Comet 2 SMD LEDs, and they're a really good group of people to do business with. In the past, I've gotten defective products from them, and they've replaced them all, so that you just can't go wrong with these guys. They will take care of you. And I haven't gotten any kind of endorsement or anything. But if you Comet guys want to send me some stuff, I'll take it. I use enough of your LEDs anyway. But there you have it. It's completely LED'd out. Look at that beautiful back glass. Turn off all the lights. You get a full kind of nice night view of it. This game looks gorgeous. And the next step now is going to be working on adding a new rule set to this. This is a game that can be modified with the BSOS system, which I'm calling the BSOS system, which is an Arduino where you hook it onto the MPU board. And so I would like to try to create some enhanced rules for this game. Do you have ideas on ways in which this can be improved? Let me know. I'm open to suggestions and how we can do it. Now, I'm not going to change any of the graphics, but I do want to change the sound and make the rule set a little bit more deeper and interesting. So I'm open to ideas. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll collaborate on it. So until next time, be sure to visit PinballHelp.com, subscribe, YouTube/PinballHelp. Catch me on Instagram at Instagram/MysticCrew, MysticKrewe. And until next time, thanks for watching.